9 to 5. This one, right? Yeah, 9 to 5 work. 9 to 5 workers versus streamers debate. What is harder? All right, let's go. Let's go.
You're gonna disrespect your mom and say that your work is harder? That is so rude.
All right, can I talk? Listen, so your whole
So
thing.
it's dangerous.
Listen, bet.
Your job is
You would have to actually have to go to work.
And went to school, and still.
And paid rent?
Yes, I still worked.
That's your choice. You're
high. You're hungover.
Chow, wait. I'm curious. Chow, what do y'all think? What's harder, streaming or 9 to 5? The obvious answer is 9 to 5, but like I'm curious to hear y'all's thoughts. Obvious answer, 9 to 5.
Same old different day.
Okay. All right. So my argument here is that
One is must be coaching you?
streaming and social
Shit,
media
I don't know,
creation
bro.
is harder than a 9 to 5.
Nah, it's not facts, bro. 9 to 5 is way harder, homie.
Why do you say that?
Because you gotta get up every motherfucking day, go to the motherfucking bullshit job, and slave for fucking pennies.
See, that's the thing.
Damn.
You're right. You get up every day. You go through the motions. You don't have to get a good night's sleep. You don't have to be focused. You don't have to be locked in. You wake up. You go. You flip some patties.
Nah.
Maybe you sign a few envelopes, answer a few phone calls. With streaming and social media creation, you have to be on your game 24/7. It's like a switch that never
when you're a
turns
mail
off.
carrier, I'm a mail carrier, and I'm gonna tell you something, man. I get treated like shit every motherfucking day.
We
I'm
have to
still
deal with
slaving
thousands,
every day.
tens of thousands of people
Bullshit.
critiquing every little thing we do, every
Man.
decision
Flip some
we make,
patties
every
is
thought we
crazy.
You guys
have.
got it made, man. I wish I
I
had
think
it
the
like
only
y'all.
hard
I
part
wish.
with streaming is that you have to be like
We
You
have
got
to
it
be-
gravy, bro.
what's
a
the next
little bit
idea? What's
lucky
the next
and
idea?
insanely
Oh my God,
consistent.
I
Like
have to stream today.
I don't
I
know.
got
Like
dogs that want to bite my ass
And
every
you have lunch
day.
I don't know,
breaks. You have
there's
lunch
a lot.
breaks. We don't have breaks. We're on 24/7. You
The
got high
definition
energy
of
24/7.
I could be at home like you and get back and get paid
I don't
big
even.
money.
We're not even at home. We're walking around.
Man,
We're walking
I
around
wanna
doing
do
things,
all of
going
that
to
because
parties, doing
the
all this
shit
stuff.
I got a slave just for not even 100,000 a
Bro,
year.
it's what I meant. You said we're going to parties.
Bullshit.
Okay, what about this?
Like, what the
You're
fuck?
guaranteed to get paid. You have a
No, I'm not.
steady rate.
If I don't work, I don't get paid. It's simple as that.
Yeah, but you have a guaranteed
a guaranteed pay if you
No,
work.
I
That's
don't.
your decision if you don't want
I
to work.
gotta work at the job for
If I don't go live, I don't get paid either.
You don't got to deal with people spamming L's.
Yes, we have people in the chat spamming L's. Oh, this is boring. We don't like this video. You have to create content. Imagine you have to be high energy. Oh, hey guys, how's it going? You guys like this stream?
That's me 24/7. I'd rather do that.
So why don't
I
you become
think
a streamer?
dealing
Man,
with
that's what I
online
wanna
people is
do.
hardest part. 9 to
That
5.
does not
Yeah, I
finish.
agree. I mean, like,
If
especially
streaming
like,
is so easy, how-
like, oh fuck, like if you're getting like, imagine like you get like so much hate, bro. Like that's pretty hard to deal with. I can't lie. Like, if you work at 9 to 5, like you don't deal with that technically, but like. You only really get hate if you're an idiot or you're like big as fuck. You know what I mean? Like it's like it wouldn't even affect you that much. If
People
you're,
are
like,
lazy. They want to put in the
small
work.
or
That's their
whatever.
fault.
I get called fat all the
6:30.
time.
Oh, so what? I can call fat and chubby. I'm a
How about
homeboy.
they
It's
switch
called
up
me
for dating
chubby,
and
fat,
style?
whatever.
That's your homeboys, though. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's a
Yeah.
homeboy.
Yeah, and you right, homeboy. You right.
I'll be honest. I mean,
But check this out, my nigga. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna go out there and get that bag.
I think she's got something she wants to say.
Oh my gosh, wait, we're seeing a flag.
Unfortunately, these flags are actually useless. We decided to use a timer instead because we suck at explaining things.
So you raise your flag.
it's the FaZe video.
I was actually
9 to
a
5
for
versus
15 years,
streamers.
So that means for 15 years, I had to get up practically every day, get dressed, go to work, and I had to deal with not only adults, but I also had to deal with children.
We deal with children every day, too.
We deal with tens of thousands of children and adults.
The Lacey Thugs are. Do you not know who the Lacey Thugs are?
I can't go out in public without 10 kids coming up asking for a picture. You know how hard that is of a life?
Isn't that
That is
special?
difficult.
How long do you think
Bro,
this
that's
is
an
gonna
insane
last?
argument. Like,
Forever.
You think this
Hopefully.
is going to last forever?
I hope so. You just proved my point for me. I don't have
that
that
is an
security
insane argument,
having a job,
bro.
being a
That's why you
cook.
gotta
You
grind.
have that security of, oh, I have a job, I have a degree, I have this. This could end for me tomorrow.
Hypothetically, if you all of a sudden you lost all your followers, what would you do?
I know what he'll do. Get up.
No, I'm asking
Trigger
him.
warning.
I'm asking him. What would you
Job.
do? If you lost completely all your YouTubers, you had nothing, no one watched you anymore, I didn't even watch you anymore, what would you have to do? You would have to actually have to go to work.
Oh shit!
Oh my God, did I just cuss at you?
That's a slur. If I did lose all my followers, I would probably buy a couple houses and start my real estate empire.
Okay, so then you would have to actually go to work. You would actually have to go to the office.
And I would think that would be a much easier job than streaming.
You gotta go into your setup though and sit in front of studio lights and read the chat and be interactive.
But no, he lost everybody. He lost everybody. He has no followers whatsoever. He would have to turn around.
You're proving my point.
You would have to turn around.
You're proving my point on why this is harder because I could lose it all tomorrow.
Yeah, but you could lose it tomorrow.
If let's say you're a cook, right? Let's say you got fired. You have hundreds of people lined up. You could go cook over here, cook over there.
You could be a private chef.
You could be a private chef. Exactly. I don't have that security.
I was a cook in the school system. I cooked all frozen food.
But you still cook?
You still cook. You go cook for another school.
I think I saw a flag right
Bro.
here.
Flags. I see red flags.
I just don't think like. Yeah, I don't think they believe what they're saying either. There's no way.
I think something you guys aren't taking into account. Say we get a brand deal.
There's
I
no
gotta
way.
post it on
There's no
Instagram
way.
story. I gotta go find the 4 local cans. I gotta make sure, I gotta make sure I get the 4 local can. And
Not to mention,
You have to do work.
it ruins our Twitter impressions too.
I gotta tag them.
And then that goes into falling off.
My name is Rhonda. I'm a registered nurse from the South.
Nice to meet you,
From
Rhonda.
Pineville, Arkansas.
Hey, let's go, Rhonda. Come on,
35
Rhonda.
years ago, I decided to go to nursing school because I wanted to be a creative, I thought. I loved fashion, I loved acting, I loved singing. But in the South, whole lot of racism. Back in the 60s and the 50s, people didn't give a rat's ass if you created something, and they wouldn't support your business.
Damn.
So yes, a 9 to 5.
What channel's
is much
on?
harder.
The
I had
FaZe
to work
channel.
7 to 3, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. I had to support my daughter.
Rhonda,
You get spoiled.
Rhonda, can I ask you a question?
Nope.
Have you ever done
You
it?
get spoiled. No.
Rhonda,
You get spoiled, and your mama and
Rhonda,
daddy keep
Rhonda,
giving it to you.
Rhonda,
Because
I got a
did
question
it.
for Rhonda. I got a
did
question
it.
for Rhonda. Rhonda,
Yes.
have you ever done a subathon?
What's a subathon?
30 days straight,
24
hours a day.
Yo, can I be honest? A subathon does not seem that hard, bro, because you can you could sleep during it. Like, bro, this guy hey, this motherfucker's rage baiting like crazy, bro. Is a subathon that bad? You could literally like put a BRB screen and fucking shower, go to the gym, and then come back. Like, what? Am I tripping? Like, you could do that, right?
You're talking about working 7 to 3. You have 2 30-minute breaks throughout that. You get to go home afterwards, see your family, relax. We were on camera 30 days straight, no personal.
What
You know how
day
hard
were
it is
you a registered
to
nurse?
have.
When did you get a break? You clean boo-boo?
When have you ran a 3-minute ad?
You
When have you
clean
ever
up
ran? You
vomit,
never ran a 3-minute ad?
trays,
Oh yeah, they're
you
trolling. They're
short-handed.
trolling.
Talk about the fake
It's fucking trolling, bro.
Oh my God.
Now
It's fake
think
on
about
social
this.
media.
Think about this. Imagine.
What do you think is
every
harder?
little
Who,
person
me?
called a
Bro,
paid
9 to
social
5 is
Judge
like
your
easily.
relationship.
It's
You
not
can't
even
go
a
out to
question.
dinner
It's
and have a
easily
girl take
harder.
a picture in your car
Easily.
without them finding out and
I
judging
got
you
caught with
based
my
on it.
ex.
I got
in
caught with
public.
my ex, and I got treated like I was a pedophile for it.
But mental health. When you stop caring about what people think and what they say about you, do you. And that's a big problem with younger people. You care
3-minute ad
about
is
what
crazy.
people think, social media, what they say about
Because
you.
that's our
That's our job.
You said you're a nurse, right?
35 years.
What do you think's harder? 24-hour open surgery, like when you're helping with, the doctor, et cetera, or a 24-hour stream?
24-hour open surgery.
Oh,
You
brother.
short-handed.
We're saving.
Bro, they gotta be trolling, right? Like, am I crazy? Bro, I've done a 24-hour, like, that shit's not even hard, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, all you gotta do is stay awake. Like, it's not that hard, bro. Open surgery, bro. One wrong move and they're fucking dead, bro.
Thousands, you're saving one.
Like, they're just dead. Wait, what did you just say?
Thousands.
Our open surgery.
Oh,
You
brother.
short-handed.
We're saving thousands, you're saving one.
That is, yo, what the fuck? That is crazy, I can't lie. That is crazy. They mad trolling right now.
So you said 30-day subathon, right?
Yep.
My argument is that none of you guys actually did any of the work during that, and it was all your filmers, your
he part of the
editors,
FaZe team?
your producers. All these people back here are the ones doing the work. You guys just show up and have fun.
They didn't do anything.
It's a group project.
No, because here's the thing.
Well, that's bad takes.
That's bad takes. That's bad takes. That's bad takes.
They wouldn't have any work if it wasn't for us, though.
I would even go as far to say as every
That's
person in
low
this room,
key
we keep them
true.
employed as well.
Low key
Because
true.
here's the thing, we get sponsors from these companies that have 9-to-5s, right? These companies,
Like,
hold on,
in a
hold on.
way, I
These
guess?
companies are
No,
not
no.
viable without influencers to push the brand and keep them in business.
Have you ever worked a real job?
No.
So how would you
See,
know?
I have worked a real job.
What was your real job?
I worked 8 months. I worked a double. I worked Walmart and Panera at the same time for a year.
Why is she laughing? Bro, she's making me mad. Why is she giggling? I actually feel like they're wrong.
They were not those singer high energy, entertaining, and they're featuring funny gameplay, fun action, and interactive moments with fans, known for its humor and loud personality, keeps audience engaged with constant commentary about clips on Twitch. He boasts about 3.9 million followers. Okay, oh, okay. They're just giving him a little background. Okay. This is a good video though. I can't lie. It's a good video.
Why do you think a 9-to-5 job is not harder than what you do?
Well, you're guaranteed to pay.
Guaranteed to pay.
Yeah.
And that makes it harder?
Yeah. No, it makes it easier for you
Makes
guys.
it easier because we have a guaranteed pay.
100%. You have
Makes
security.
it
Talk
easier
about
for
raises.
Makes it easier for 9-to-5 people to have a job because their pay is
Yeah,
guaranteed.
when you go to work every day, everyone's
so you're
like,
basing the ease of a job just on somebody getting paid regularly? Is that what you...
well, let's just say that comes to perspective. If you say someone who works food, if you're someone who works a doctor, it's obviously different. But if you're talking abroad, 9 to 5, someone who doesn't need a degree, yeah, it's way easier than being a streamer.
How so?
Well, it's because you're guaranteed and you don't need any crazy knowledge. You don't need to go to school for most jobs, like certain things like a 9 to 5. If you wanted to go work at Foot Locker, I could go to Foot Locker, apply, and then next thing you know, I'm selling shoes for pay every single hour.
So according to you, a job is easier or harder based on the guaranteed pay? That's one aspect of it.
Working
right?
at Foot Locker, working at a job like Panera or wherever Lacey is easier than a streamer, yes, because a streamer you have to come up with ideas, you have to stay relevant.
We're talking about ideas now. Okay,
yeah,
we're talking about pay.
Okay, so what do you want to start with, though? But it doesn't make. But
well,
you're not even. You keep switching it. So why don't you answer my question?
I'm not switching anything.
You know, you 100% are.
Yeah.
So how is it harder if you're guaranteed to pay? I worked for 4 years of streaming. I didn't make $1.
Well, what's your definition of hard? That's the thing. It's like what
stuff
is
that
difficult.
you need creativity. You need to get out of your circle.
I lose
comfort
full
zone.
if I had to
You
go
need
to
be able
Panera at
actually
6 a.m. I mean,
make
I would
people
too. Don't
believe
get me
what you
wrong.
Believe in the sense of like, oh, this is good content. Do
Like
you watch
that,
any TV shows?
Bro, that already is harder than
You watch
so
YouTube,
much.
so it's
You
the
can,
same
bro.
thing.
I
So the
start
people that
streaming
you're
at like 8
entertained by
p.m.
are like us, just for a different
when I wake up, I don't have to like
That's
be
true.
anywhere.
But
You
you're
know what I mean?
talking
Like
about entertainment as a job. We could talk about entertainment.
This is entertainment, but this is entertainment. My question to you is why?
I feel like debating someone when you know you're wrong just lets you rage bait so much better. Oh, definitely.
Working at
definitely.
like a Foot Locker,
That's why I rage bait Dazrin every
best
day.
example is harder than a streamer.
It depends on what you are saying the word hard means to you. Because
In the
there's
sense of
hard
everyday
physically,
activity, because
there's
some
hard-
people around here said, "Oh, I got to wake up at 7 a.m., 8 a.m." Oh,
Yeah.
okay, we have to do the same thing.
Sure.
Some people do that.
And you deal with yourself.
No, we deal with millions
When
of people.
you're creating that content and you have your phone, you're dealing with you and yourself in that phone.
Okay, so what happens?
You're not dealing with
Not true.
coworkers and you're not
That's not
dealing
true at
with-
all. I have an
Okay.
editor that I pay who relies on me. If I stop doing
Which
any
is
type
later.
of content, he loses
So when
a job.
you go to your job, when you go to work, rather than punching a card, you pick up your phone or you turn on a camera.
Okay, so when you punch the card, let's say, who's above you? Your boss, right? What happens if he just takes the business and he says, "Oh, we're not doing it anymore"? You lose your job.
If the work is picking up a phone or turning on a camera as opposed to going in with a bunch of people and having to multitask tasks you have to do throughout your shift and deal with your
Tasks you gotta do
coworkers
throughout
and
the stream.
interpersonal thing. Tell me how much you do of that stuff while you are actually doing your job for however many number of
Waking up
hours
really
that
early
you
for
are
school's annoying
talking
too.
and typing
Placing
and
harder
shitting
instead
and
of
eating
taking
and
the
all
deal
that
because
stuff
someone's get bigger.
that everybody's watching you do. Go ahead.
No, but there's actually a mental aspect.
I understand that.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know.
Camaraderie. Like you have like a group of people, like friendships, relationships, which is the most important
I
thing
feel
in
like
life. So do you
I
build
feel
that
like
with your
if we're talking
coworkers, stuff
about
like that?
easier to get money. Oh shit.
Seeing a lot of flags.
If we're talking like easier to get money, like if you're a
So
big
I'm
streamer,
Angelina,
bro,
and I work as an exec.
you could deadass just like turn your stream on, do fuck all for like an hour, and you'll probably make like $1,000, bro. Like ad revenue and like all that shit. Like you didn't do shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, bro.
You're right. You're right. She's right.
I'm Angelina, and I work as an executive assistant.
You're right. You're right. She's right. She's right. She's right.
Can't do better for I mean, yeah, but the money you make is like.
All right, so you guys
A
were
lot.
talking about
I
the
don't know.
mental aspect, and I thought that was really interesting because as someone who works a 9 to 5, technically it's a 10 to 6, but I still have to clock in a certain amount of time. I come home, I'm too tired to cook. Fortunately, I have a beautiful girlfriend that does all of that stuff for me when I get home, but if I didn't, I would have to cook for myself and get to bed in time and wake up in time to commute back to my job. You guys talk about how it's hard because there's a mental aspect, and I understand as someone who's been on social media a lot that you get
How long have you
berated.
been on social media? Just to get broad.
So I actually did content creation starting at the age of 14. When I moved to LA,
shit.
I gained like 10,000 followers
Streamers better
off
make
the
it,
bat,
but
and
no
I
views,
was
obviously, it
very
wouldn't have
young,
been a
and I
big
started
video.
working
No,
with different
definitely, yeah.
brands.
Okay.
I totally understand the
This
mental
is like-
aspect. It's just that you guys
This is like a
can
rage
afford
bait video.
to say, hey, I'm gonna
To
go
reach a new
wherever
audience
for
that has
2
9 to
weeks,
5s.
and that can be content, that can be your job, and you actually get to relax and travel the world and have other
So
opportunities.
you're just saying a lot of points.
There's no relaxation.
Just so I can answer a couple.
Mm-hmm.
So you were saying like to go back to the beginning, you were saying like you can manage like your time with like relationship. Was that correct? Like you have your girlfriend when you go home, like.
I fortunately have a support system, but I every day like ask myself how I would
So
have
I'll
been
give you
able
a
to do it
perfect
without.
example. So you said 14 you started. I started at 16. For about 3 years, I was making money, and it slowly went super up, and then all of a sudden it went down. Right?
Yeah.
I lost everything, fell off
He was about to
completely.
though.
About to myself. It's a real story. This is a real story. This isn't a joke. Why are you smiling?
We've all been there. Every 9 to 5 worker has been there.
So
Face
That's
going
why.
back to what you said, how you have a
Rage bait
support
old
system.
people for
I moved
40
across the
minutes.
country from my parents at the age of 19, lived alone in an apartment, was paying a certain amount of money every single month, and I was losing money. I wasn't making enough money to pay my like I had money in my bank for my rent, but I wasn't making
It was
more than my
serious,
rent.
yeah.
So I was losing.
You were in the red every
I
month.
was in the
I
red
got
every
you.
single month. Girlfriend broke up with me at the time, so alone
whammy.
across the country. So it's like when you're alone too and everything's going down, where's my support system?
I don't like why she laughing, bro.
Okay, so I have a question. You said that for the first 4 years you started streaming, you had no income. How are you able to survive?
I lived with my mom. I was 16.
So that to a certain extent is privilege.
That's privilege.
16?
is.
Nah,
But my mom. How's that privilege? Before you
It's
go there?
privilege because
That's
you
not-
have the support system to have a place to live.
Well, at 15, 16, I would hope I have parents that would live with me.
Yeah, but a lot of people don't, and they have to
What is
take
that?
9
That's a
to
whole
5.
different discussion. So a lot of people don't have houses.
A lot of
when they
people
working
don't
9 to
have
5?
families
I
that
don't know
support
about
them
that
or
one. I
access
can't
them.
lie.
Conversation. How was that
I
moving
moved.
to
I moved that when I
Because
was
they
like.
still need to
like,
survive. So the
I
fact
think
that you
it
were
was-
given
So
the
how did you move to LA?
For college, I was like
I
18,
moved across
19 or
the
some
country
shit.
as well with my mom when I was 15 years old.
Do you not think that's privilege?
I don't think that.
I mean, we moved into a 1-bedroom in Santa Monica and shared a trundle bed, so.
Okay, well, I was reselling shoes to afford my mom's mortgage and everything.
I get it. I've definitely helped my family out in times where I was able to, but I also had to have my family support me in order for me to have certain opportunities to make money in the first place. So if you didn't have content creation, what would you be doing?
It's a great question. I don't know because I didn't set my goals that way. I set up my life to that. I know I would do what I want to do. If we all got paid the same every single month, let's say just in simple terms, we all got paid $100,000 a month, a crazy amount of money. Would you guys still, truthfully, I'm asking a serious question, would you guys say that all of our jobs are harder than each other, truthfully?
Yeah, if she was a nurse, she had to go to medical school for years just to be able to have her
But
foot
she
in the
knew
door.
that she was getting security because she was going to be a nurse, correct?
Not secure.
How is it not
not.
secure if you knew what you were going to do?
Nothing's secure.
Nothing's secure. You just proved my point. But you just proved my point.
No job is secure, but content creation gives you the ability to have those savings,
But
to have an audience. And even if you do lose all your followers one day,
Yeah.
even if
Let's
you
say I
lose,
lost it all tomorrow.
you still have residuals of your previous viral
But that's-
videos. Even if people are hating on
that's
you and
not
shitting on you,
necessarily-
that's still adding to what goes into your pocket.
There's literally doctors who do one surgery and make hundreds of $1,000s.
Because they were trained for decades and they had to go to
So
school.
were we.
You went to school to be a content creator?
Streamer University.
Okay, I mean, so, okay, all right. But besides that, I mean, okay. I mean, that is true. Like, if you're a doctor, bro, you go to school for like 10+ years. Like that shit is crazy. I can't lie. Like that shit is crazy. This still got 30 minutes left in this bitch. Damn, bro. All right, fuck it. I'm outside.
How you doing, bro?
Good, how you doing?
Alex.
Gabe.
Adapt.
How we doing?
Let's
I'm
go
doing
with that.
good. So first of all, I want to say I do respect all of you for what you do. I mean, you guys do work, but you do not work as hard as people who have a regular job.
You don't know that.
I mean, that I do know it for sure. It's very clear. People have to wake up and do their routine over and over again. It's not a daily thing, it's a weekly thing, it's a monthly thing, it's a yearly thing, it's a life thing. And if they screw
he
up,
got
they
some,
lose
like-
their jobs. And they always have to
perfectly
be careful
shaped eyebrows,
because if
bro.
they do something weird, they say something weird to their coworker or their boss, they're gonna lose their job. If you lose some followers because of something you say, you'll get other followers. And you have a large following enough where there's enough of a range of perspectives that people will always be on board for you as long as you're producing content. People who screw up at their jobs and lose their jobs, and maybe there's a recession, there's not a lot of jobs, as could be now, they get potentially homeless or worse.
You ever heard of cancel culture?
What's that? Yeah, of course I've heard of it. But how many people have been canceled and came back? I mean, it happens all the time. Your boss is not going to be loyal to you if you don't get that thing in on time 5 times.
Okay, but check it
you're
out.
done.
Okay, so listen, but to be able to get that loyal following of people that do follow you,
Yes.
you need to build that over years
Okay.
and years and years and hours of
Okay.
trust
All right.
and communication and intimate
Twitch font got
relationships
Wait, what?
with your audience.
Okay, so
that's not something that's just given to you.
The
You don't
things-
just fall into 1 million subscribers, 2
Of
million
course
subscribers,
not.
3 million
Of course
subscribers.
not. It takes work for sure. But like what you guys are talking about in terms of like the toll it takes on you, a large part of it, and let me tell you something, I'm a little older than you guys, so a large part of it is just general angst from being young, and you just happen to have a camera in front of you and like talking to people or whatever, but at the same time, like, you're doing exactly what most people are doing, which is dealing with life stuff, and that's normal. Like the mental toll that it takes dealing with people and getting comments and this and that, that's what everybody deals with. But you don't have to wake up at 6 in the morning and get to your job and then be there and like be on the whole time, no matter what. Anyone who has a 9 to 5 has to do that.
I said, what do you do?
Well, I'm a college professor, so I have to do that same
So
sort
you
of.
just gotta come in and teach the same shit for the next 10, 15 years?
Yes, you're right.
Come on, man.
We have
You already know what you're doing.
We have to produce new shit every day.
For me in particular, to Silky's point, you're a college professor, so you're essentially reteaching the same curriculum to the same students.
That I had to take
what I'm
years
saying?
to learn, but
you know
yes.
what I'm saying? But I started making content when I was 12 years old.
Okay.
It started out playing Call of Duty trick shotting.
You
I
were-
don't think
okay.
anybody in this room could hit a crane shot. I don't know if anyone in this room could quickscope.
I don't know if
So
that's
had
something to be proud of, but okay.
So I had to do that for 4 years,
Okay.
right? And then I'm like, okay. Then I had to do YouTube for 4 years,
Okay.
right?
All right.
And then I had to do FaZe Clan, build FaZe Clan out, fix FaZe Clan, and then
Okay.
do streaming.
Okay.
So
And
you're
with how many
constantly-
people helping you?
How many people helping me?
Yeah.
Come on now.
For which stages?
Yeah, all of them. There were a lot. You had a team.
Yeah, when I was trick
Was
shotting-
it just you? Like
No. It
Okay.
was just me. There's receipts of this.
It wasn't built on the shoulders of anyone?
There's receipts on YouTube of me.
Okay, well, where did YouTube come from?
When I was
How did
13
YouTube become so
when I was
easy?
13
Because
years
a
old.
bunch of people worked their butts off 9 to 5, making it a thing.
That's
and
what
if
you
it
did
didn't
in the previous
exist, if
movies.
it didn't
So
exist, you couldn't press
So the
play, you
fact-
couldn't press record,
So the fact that
and
you
then
have
just talk.
The fact that you have a campus to teach on. Then
Yeah.
boom, there you go.
Right, but I
Yeah,
also
I
had
have
to
a
spend
campus to
years
teach.
earning my credentials and mastering.
And I did it.
Come on, guys. Your credentials are playing video games. I play video games on my spare time. Come on, guys.
So you
Video
just
games.
want to get
I'm
paid
Riz.
to play video games. It's okay. We understand.
Damn. I feel bad for the guy, man. I don't know. He seemed pretty nice.
This is coming from a hair and makeup artist, physical job. Doesn't seem like any of you guys can even compete with the
Oh,
physicality.
brother.
You guys just
I know how to do a 3-strand braid.
Just sitting on your butt and talking into a microphone
know.
is
So-
very different.
So wait,
Very
what you mean
different than
physicality?
having to get up
What does that mean?
in the morning, carry all of your gear. You've got to carry all of your hair, makeup, all of your
What? What is this argument?
supplies. You have to haul it around. Get up early in the morning.
What is
you
this
have
argument?
to
What?
stand on your feet all
Bet.
day. You never sit down.
I hear you, I
You're
hear you.
I built a
breathing in.
house.
You're breathing in toxic chemicals all day.
What is she talking about?
All right, can I talk?
Hairspray.
Listen, so your whole
So
thing.
it's dangerous.
Listen, bet.
Your
Just
job
chill,
isn't
chill.
dangerous.
So
your
thing
job
is-
isn't
your thing
physically
is
taxing. You're just talking into a
So
microphone.
bet, listen. So your whole
She
thing.
doesn't get that.
Your whole thing is we can't do what you do, right?
It's not
No, no,
physical.
no, but-
Mine's saying that
I
a
just-
9 to
y'all let
5
me talk
job
for a
where
second.
Ready
you
for serious
physically
debate.
have to
She's doing all this and all
do
this, so-
some hauling around stuff.
So
and
physically, I physically
you're
can't
just
haul
talking
around
into a microphone.
bags of like makeup. You physically could never trick shot. You could not hit a crane shot. You can't 1080. You can't hold a controller and make a 200K montage. You can't.
man.
No one in here can.
Come on, man.
None of you can.
But you can go carry some, just
None of you
some
could
hair and makeup.
physically
And you have
go
to do that for 12 hours a day.
Yes. Actually,
You're
yes.
taking them 4 days to hit a trick shot. It's taking you 4 days to hit a trick shot.
Actually, yes, I would have
Hours
to
a
do
day.
that.
And then your day is
Yes,
never
I
done. When you're
would.
done doing that, is your job done? Do you have to go shopping and replace
You don't
all
know-
of the
wait,
things
wait,
that you
stop.
use?
No. Listen,
You have to
Vicky,
clean
listen,
all of
Vicky.
your gear.
You don't know about dry streaks. You don't know about hit markers.
But when you're done, you're
You
done.
don't know about if the Elgato wasn't on.
When
Can
you're
you
done, you're
imagine
done.
these
Oh
things?
my God, disable
Elgato?
resample.
If I rendered my video in Vegas and I sent the editor the clips without disabling and resample,
Oh my God.
my montage is fucked.
You have
Your main underlying argument here is what you do is physically
Daily, day
more-
to day.
Okay. Your main thing is what you do is physically more taxing
Hey,
and
man, he
hard
low-key- yeah,
than
yeah,
what
he low-key
anybody-
spitting right now, bro. I can't
could
lie.
say the same thing.
You spit right now,
You
bro.
cannot physically trick shot. You could never. I would go as far
Okay,
as
so
I don't
how many hours a day do you trick shot?
I don't think.
How many
you
hours
guys
a
ever-
day do you trick shot?
Bro, watch
When
him
I,
hit a 360
hours?
when I
+5,
was trick shotting, it was 12 hours a day. It was however long I needed to. However
Every
long I
day, 12
needed
hours
to.
a day
However
trick
long I
shotting?
needed to hit a clip.
12 hours a day, every day.
5 seconds.
And that clip is.
He carries a Barrett 50 cal and he jumps off of stuff.
I would have to get on Call of Duty, turn my sense all the way up to 1010. I would have to get to last. I would have to pray to God that he would be
Y'all
in the
laughing,
right
he's not
spot,
trolling.
throw the concussion. Now I gotta have my rotations down. I gotta have my rotations.
Dead zones. Talk about the dead zones.
Talk about dead zone.
Stick drift.
Stick drift.
Thing is, for the most part, but that is not all YouTubers that are doing something physical. A lot of it is just talking.
Yeah, but she also said it
I
was
don't think they know
dangerous.
what
We could
they're-
walk around IRL stream.
Oh yeah, they definitely do not know what the fuck they're talking about.
I gotta.
Wait.
They're laughing. But that's happened recently.
I've gotten a pumpkin thrown on my head by a crackhead.
Crackhead ran up to him on stream and
I almost died.
almost
he
decapitated
quoted
him
his
when he
thoughts.
was-
Yeah.
Round 4 is Silky. All right, hold on.
My name is Thelma. It's a pleasure to meet you, sir. I am very occupational. My last job, I worked as a librarian with elementary school children.
So
I have been an executive secretary, legal.
Very quiet, peaceful.
Yes, yes, all that. You know, because it's who you are. That you know, we create social media all the time because that's what we are.
Typical
We're
announced
9 to
as the
5ers,
third
and
for
we
Chalkcast.
interact and
Why are you
energy
lying?
with people. Where I don't think that you guys have that.
Like why?
We have energy.
Are you serious?
You have false energy because you're
False
across the
energy.
screen. You're not interacting with people like we
know how
do.
many-
So what are we doing right
We're not
now?
interacting?
What are we doing right now?
You're doing it now because we're doing a video.
Wait,
so-
isn't she debating for us? That's making it harder for us.
Do you know that there's millions of people?
Now I'm not gonna have all y'all gang up on me. Come
There's
on.
millions of people who watch the video who
Yes.
save lives every day.
Yes.
Probably more than doctors.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's people that literally stay alive because they want to watch our videos.
You know about going out into the clubs at night, staying out till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, trying to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning so you get dressed.
I mean, I guess.
So,
like,
what I'm
like
saying is
some
like you
people,
guys
I
don't,
guess- I
don't do
fucking
the
know.
interaction.
I
You
don't
don't touch people like this.
Okay, now
What kind of shit's going on?
go to the club, you get to put some shades on, and you go by your day to work. We can't do that because we have thousands of people.
But is
You're
that
drunk,
your choice?
You're high. You're
But is
hungover.
that
Just
your
get off
choice?
screen. We don't want to see you like this.
But is that your choice?
We don't like you like this. Why are you doing this?
But is that your choice? You
What do you mean?
chose that. You chose this
No,
life.
that's the thing. We can't. We
And
can't
that's
do
what's
what
happening
you do.
now. That's what's happening now with the whole world. It's a total disconnect. When you have a 9 to 5, you dealing with people. You touching people's hearts, souls, mind. No, you are not.
Do you know how many bands we meet a day?
I think. Look, I appreciate you. I appreciate you, and I respect what you do.
Do you
because
watch
I think,
any entertainment?
Oh my God.
Of course, I watch
So do you
entertainment.
ever,
I got kids.
wait,
I got grandkids.
Do you ever laugh? Do you ever laugh?
Of course, I laugh.
So then they
We're
interact with
touching
you.
them.
But the interaction is
Did
not
it make you
real.
feel better?
When I'm watching
Wait, did it make you feel better?
What make me feel
Have you
better?
ever
It all
watched-
depends on
have you ever been
it all
entertained?
depends- it
Have you
all
ever been
depends
entertained
on
and been
what's
like, oh,
coming.
I feel good?
Some of it is
I got a
fake.
banger right now.
Some of it is
You
fake.
see, you're not answering.
So now let me.
Okay, well let me answer your because I'm debating him.
Okay, yeah.
But go ahead.
Right after this, I got you. Right
Okay,
now. Go
all
ahead.
right,
Yeah.
come on.
So when you're entertained, have you ever felt like your day was better if you watched something? You've never felt like that?
Yeah, sure.
So what's the difference with us?
The difference with you is that you guys do this 24/7. That's all you do.
Yeah.
You know, you just like you. Wait a minute. Somebody made a comment about, oh, I can't even go out with my girlfriend, or I can't even go out in public.
That's right.
I can go out in public and be seen.
So it's
You know what?
easier.
I'm a very social person. I'm very popular in where I do and where I am.
I think that's low key
do
true
social
though.
media.
Like I'm not gonna lie, bro. If I ever got to that point where I was like really big and then people would know me all the everywhere I go, bro, I would low key lose my mind. I cannot lie.
Or their hands shaking.
Like,
Cause like I feel like it gets to a point,
you know how,
bro.
like,
It's
we
like
grew up
it's like
watching Disney Channel.
Yep.
like I go to get a fucking hot dog, bro. And this guy is like, yo,
Kids come up to me.
nice hot
and
dog.
say these
I'm like,
things.
what? How much longer we got?
I'm Robbie. I'm a server at an Italian restaurant.
Come on, bro. Life's easy.
Oh, that's not fair.
He has the same menu, makes the same food every day, bro.
First thing I'm gonna say is nobody's gonna say being a nurse isn't hard, because my aunt was. That is the
My
most
mom
difficult
was.
shit. How are you gonna disrespect your mom like
No,
that,
she
dude?
is right now.
You're gonna disrespect
She
your mom
loves
and
it.
say that your work is harder?
She tells
That
me
is
it's
so rude,
Nigga,
honestly.
She works 2 of them.
Okay,
She works at 2 hospitals.
Let me ask you something.
She said it's mad easy. She could work at 2 hospitals.
No disrespect. No disrespect, but what you do, I'm not your target audience. So break it down for me, because I don't even get it.
Oh my God.
Let me ask you something.
You just said I'm not your target audience because I'm black. That's what you just said. You don't watch me because I'm black. And this is what I'm talking about. It's harder.
He has to get judged every
I gotta get
single
judged every day. Everybody thinks I'm a hoodlum. I'm a nice guy.
He's a jolly dude.
I can't get a job because I got tats. I used to work at Costco's. I had the greatest 401k granted to me. That means that when I retire, I get the biggest stipend of my life. Do you know I could just sit there and just meat pack all day just to really realize that, what, maybe 20 years I'm gonna be sitting on millions because I worked at Costco's?
Yeah, Will.
Okay.
I didn't have to interact with nobody, just packing meat.
It's not how that works. I don't know how it works, but it's not how it
Do
works.
you enjoy what you do?
I make it fun.
A million.
Do you make it fun?
I could make it fun.
Yes or no? Is what you do fun?
Nah, everything's fun.
What isn't fun? Break it down for me. What do you do in a day? We'll swap stories. What do you do in a day?
Okay, so it's very stressful, right?
Not fun at all. Because this dude was talking for 20 minutes about playing video games.
Whoa. It sounds like you're jealous. But,
You're on his deep.
okay, so look, right?
So I'm jealous of a harder job.
No.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
that was sarcasm. You didn't read it. No, I'd like to.
No, listen to the time that I wake up. I wake up
I'll
maybe
joke.
3, 4 p.m.
I promise
Jan.
you can get a job
I'm
Costco if you
already
wanted
drowsy
to.
because I just smoked the night before. You
No,
know why
I
gotta
meant the
smoke? Because I
401k
gotta
though.
deal with
Because you have to
thousands of
retire
people.
at 65 years old.
I don't
right?
even like people. I gotta deal with thousands of them.
No, let him.
No, let him stay. You gonna stay for this, right?
Wait, but you still haven't described what you've done other than smoking pot and waking up at 4.
Okay, waking up at 4 p.m., right? Now wake up.
4
I gotta
p.m.?
brush my teeth, right? Gotta make sure because I got a lot of comments now.
Yo, nah,
you don't
bro.
brush his grills. What does his real teeth look like? I gotta
cloudy.
make sure.
They
I gotta
put a red
make sure
flag
that
for you, a red flag?
my
He got Chanel earrings like a bad bitch.
And there's girls in his chat too sometimes. So
Yeah.
you
This,
know.
you know what I'm saying?
See him.
I gotta make sure I'm freshly saving. I'm not saving for this video. I already know what's gonna happen. It's about to be negative comments. Yo, shave that little scruffy shit on your face. Cool.
Silky
Right?
got fat.
Now I have to game Marvel Rivals for probably 1 to 2 hours before stream. You know why? Because I don't get to game it for after work. Like I could just game it after work, bro.
No
I
energy.
can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't just do that, right? After I do that, now I gotta sit here and plan with somebody what I'm gonna do for the stream today. Oh, looks like we got no content. All right, let's see if we can.
I
just
might's
smoke
mad
some-
low.
No content, no
Oh,
money.
shit.
No content, no money. Now look, probably by 8 or 9 p.m.
Oh, I'll fix it.
I'm still probably thinking I gotta do something for stream. My mind is
Do you
fried.
know
You know what's crazy?
My mind is-
8, 9 p.m. for him? Oh, I did my work
He
today.
already did my ear.
I did my work today.
He took the same boss already.
You're going to sleep.
Oh, it's good. Okay.
Do I don't want to hog the space here too much, but do you know the expression "give a man enough rope"?
You're losing me.
What?
No, I don't know this. I don't know.
Basically, you're talking yourself into a hole, man. Okay, my turn. I'll be brief.
Wait, give a man a rope.
What is he?
Wait,
It means-
is that racist?
Wow.
Get this racist out of here. Yeah, no, so confused.
All right.
Oh, you're back?
Babe, I want to say to you,
Rhonda.
I'm your black auntie.
Yeah,
That's what I
okay.
want to say.
Uh-huh.
You say you don't like people. It's all about relationships that you got with people. So when you say shit like that, do you really mean that?
Do I not like people?
You said,
I'm an
you
introvert.
said,
I'd rather be in my own space. I'd rather be by myself.
and that's okay. But what is it that you're doing that's helping other people?
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Saving lives. I'm a superhero.
He's a hero.
I'm a superhero, no cape.
I mean, Omar raid incoming. Oh shit.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
You look great. You look
That's
great.
right. I'm Thelma again.
I believe 9 to 5 is harder. I mean, fuck.
Oh shit! Omar with the raid. Omar with the big raid.
Why are you doing it?
I can't have a public relationship because of the public eye and how they judge my relationships. I had a breakup with a girlfriend that I loved so dearly because I chose streaming.
So my question.
Nah, I loved her.
My question.
I loved her, and you're laughing.
My question again. My question. If you think it's so much harder, why are you doing it?
Because I'm passionate about it.
Okay, so you love it. You love streaming. So do you love it more than you loved that girlfriend?
That's what I had to decide.
Oh.
I had to make sacrifice, and
So
that's
you-
what you have to
so
do.
you lost
with
the
streaming.
human touch.
But guess what? If I had a 9 to 5,
lost the human
if I
touch
was flipping burgers,
for-
I could have had a girlfriend still.
But you lost the human touch for the streaming.
Yo, can I be honest, bro? I feel like what's it called? I don't think like if your girl really liked you, was she like I don't fucking know.
Thousands on thousands. Of
You know what I'm saying?
opinions
Like
of
what?
every single
I
day.
don't know.
9 to 5 person.
Streaming is harder than a
Okay,
9 to
and
5.
back
Of
to
course,
my
of
point.
course, Omar would type that. Of
Is
course
that
he
your
would.
choice? Was that your choice?
But that's not the point, though. The point
No,
is,
that's my point. That's my
Kev was
point.
rapping this a couple
Was
days ago. It
that-
pissed me off.
You gave up
Wait,
your
why? What
girlfriend
did
for
Kev
streaming.
say?
Come on now.
Does Kev think streaming's harder?
He ran up a
I ain't
bag.
gonna lie,
You did it
I
for a
did-
bag.
But the thing is, it comes to a point. Do I pick love and a future with someone I care dearly for? Or do I pick
something that I
future
love?
for something that I'm passionate about and motion? I pick motion.
I'm Lala Costa.
Lala Costa? Amazing name.
Thank you. I'm an attorney.
She makes a percent off people's.
Oh shit.
Fuck ups. I like that.
If you had an opportunity to get a 9 to 5 that you could create yourself, like whatever you want,
Yes,
9
I
to
would.
5, you would take it?
Yes.
Because why?
Because I don't even enjoy streaming anymore.
You don't? What? Come to this side.
No, but I have to because this is what I built my career off of. I
You
started.
feel stuck.
I feel stuck. Yeah.
Have you ever watched a show and you stopped watching it?
Mm,
Have you ever watched a show and you were like,
all the time.
it's the same thing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I have to.
That TV
have to-
show can't. It's done. What happens to all those actors?
It's
after that?
canceled
They gotta
because I
go to-
stopped watching?
Well, no,
The
I'm saying
fake
it's thousands
sleeve.
of,
I
thousands
don't. I
of
think that
viewers
was.
stopped
I think this is old video or old recording.
I think you guys are mixing all
Yeah,
the issues.
Cartoon Network. It's like
and
they
not
got millions of viewers.
WJJ.
You guys know what Cartoon Network is?
If your
It's
follow
gone.
stop, would you come up with a different brand?
Yeah, I appreciate
All
the
those
follows,
people are-
boys.
yeah, but
Thank you
that's
guys.
the point.
Swag. It's the last guy, I think, right? Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
I'm a professional model, but
Okay.
I've worked since I was at the age of 14.
Okay.
I was a gamer too.
I just think personally, like I agree with Jason that I think streaming does take a certain more stop than a 9 to 5, and I also think everybody in here, right? If you guys all try to be a streamer, right, and then we all try to do what you guys do,
You get L's in your chat.
the probability of everybody here trying to be an attorney is way higher than somebody making streaming a career.
Absolutely, your job is just got lucky because you're a gamer. You got lucky. There are so many people
I was
like
just-
you
I was
out
talented.
there.
It wasn't
These
pure
days,
luck. I was-
everybody's an influencer. Come on.
No. But
So many.
hold on. But specifically, what I do, I'm not posting selfies around the world. It's basically all pure talent.
Okay.
Can I just why is he lucky? Why do we all get lucky though?
What is your talent?
Yeah.
Call of Duty. I was a professional Call of Duty player, like actual like.
So you were
gaming.
sitting at home and you're thinking, what am I going to do with my life while you were gaming? You're like, oh, let's put a
I
camera.
was 16, so it wasn't really like
yeah,
that.
You weren't really thinking of what should I do with my life? Like, what should I study? What should I like? Where does my life go? You just got lucky.
It's not luck. It's
because-
just he's determined. He knows that's the only route.
Chad, y'all think that everyone that makes it in like streaming and YouTube is luck or not? I mean, I don't think it's luck at all. I'll be honest. I mean, there's some things that is luck, but like if you're like consistent and shit, you could definitely make it like without luck. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's just luck. I don't know. She chopped little bit. I mean, there's definitely like a little bit of luck for sure. But like, imagine like any of these dudes stopped. You know, like that's already like, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. Thought I got lucky because of Kai Cenat. Okay, but no, well, no, because he was already big in Brazil, and then he applied to the streamer thing, and then they gave him a chance, and then boom, that was his chance, and that's what he did with it, and then boom, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. What about Ray? I mean, that one's a little. I mean, but he was like a cool guy. I don't fucking. I mean, that was a little.
He didn't get lucky.
You got me.
Put
Fuck.
in
I
hours.
don't think he's.
Yeah, no.
I mean, okay, but okay. Okay, he wasn't lucky in the sense that like, okay, I mean, the opportunity was lucky, but then after that, it was like, okay, like he actually was streaming and shit. You know what I mean? Like he could have just not streamed or been asked at it or like, you know, I don't know.
It wasn't luck. Everybody's a little bit of luck. I think, you know, people who don't have a job, you know, they feel they want to get lucky by getting a job. So I think people even having a job is some sort of luck.
He said, how many people of us could do this? No, it's luck. It's 1 of a million because for whatever
How is
reason.
that luck? If 1 out of a million, that one has to be the best. So how are you going to dismiss all of his hard work and all of his talent?
Is he the best?
I got four last year. No. Let me give my statistics. There was over 300,000 people that played Warzone last year. This is the game that I play.
Okay.
I got 4th. So I was a top 12 player across the entire world.
And you're telling him
so that's not luck. That's like pure skill.
So you're dismissing. Is Michael Jordan lucky? Is LeBron James lucky?
Yes.
Are they lucky?
I mean,
no, they
they
won.
have a
genetically
talent. They have a
speaking.
talent.
They had a
But
team. So what
you
do
know how many talented people out there and don't get the chance, they don't get the shot at it?
I don't want to take up his time. So
That's true.
He's not talented.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Not
That's
at
what
all.
you just said.
You just
No.
said.
What he did to
I
get
said
to where
a
he
lot
is.
of people are talented, don't get the shot to do
The
what
video
he
has
does.
to be rage bait.
So
Make it
it's
to the
luck.
NBA.
But I didn't even get a shot. It was I did it off the strength of me. You know, there was no one who gave me a shot or anything like that. I simply was. You dead ass?
Yo, you being serious?
Why you laughing?
Why are they laughing, bro?
It's not luck. I've been doing this for 13 years. I uploaded 3,000 videos. 2,000 was I edited myself while I went to college, worked a job, and still went to school.
And yeah,
So that's not. I mean, if that's fucking,
stand on it.
if that's luck,
Where's the luck at in that equation?
Again.
is there a percentage? We are all lucky in some way, right? If we all have a job, we're lucky in some sort of way. But
God bless.
off of specific pure talent. And I worked on that since I was 16.
Again, I work with many talented people. I'm not saying about you. I'm
Yeah.
just talking in general. And there's so many people that are very talented, never get a shot because they don't do the right thing. They don't go the right path. They don't meet the right people. So there are so many even talented actors here. They never get a shot. So I'm just saying it's pure luck.
It wasn't luck. I just saw an opportunity and just genuinely took it. It wasn't a handout. It was simply just, you know what, I'm talented at Call of Duty. This is what I want to do. It took me 8 years to make it a career. Is there something funny?
It's a freaking video game.
It's a talent.
Permission to dick ride? Hey, he's made tens of millions of dollars playing video games, so.
Exactly. That's that privilege. That's that privilege.
But I'm saying though, you couldn't hop on a game and do what I do.
You couldn't do it.
That's a skill.
Your son couldn't do it. Your grandkids couldn't do it.
Some people
Your
can't.
son's grandkids could never do it. They could never do it.
Anything that takes a talent.
The genes are done. They can't do it. They can't.
How many hours
can't.
a day did you spend?
When I was younger?
Yeah, when you were younger.
Oh, I would wake up 3 hours before school. So I would wake up at 4 a.m. and I would play before school. Bus would come at 7. I go to home, come back, and do it again. I was 16. What's funny?
See, there's a disconnect here, because to you guys, when you guys were growing up, yes, it was just video games, it was whatever. But when we were coming up, we're like, wait, maybe we can make this career. Maybe if we get good enough at it and we create.
Do you not
good
think?
enough
Do you not
content,
think if you're talented at something, it's a God-given gift?
Video games is not. Like
You don't think you don't think it's talent.
You're just too old to understand.
That's it's just, I can't argue that because
There's the word.
Y'all could never
gotta
play
keep it a-
FNCS either. It's
I
the
gotta
same
keep
shit.
it a buck. There's a disconnect.
Same
You
shit.
come from a generation where this didn't exist. It's career. You looked at this career and you laughed. Now, how come in colleges they're teaching courses on content creation and esports?
Oh.
When you grow up, this didn't exist. So no wonder you're gonna laugh when you hear this shit because you're from a completely different generation.
You just don't get it, and I don't know if you ever will be able to wrap your head around.
Oh.
And it's fun. But it's like,
That's
it's
okay. Oh, you gotta
it's
fight
fun.
back.
That's
You gotta
okay.
fight back. I'm not gonna lie.
Nice meeting you.
Bam. Got cooked, bro. I can't lie.
I'm Ronnie.
Wait, so Chad, what's my
Ronnie's
God-given
You
talent?
were talking about job security. Are you familiar with layoffs, with being furloughed? Like, taking it back to...
Shaking
that's
ass.
Being... What? What does that even mean?
You lose everything. Every dollar. Everything. You lose everything.
Okay, and then you can rebuild yourself back. You
The same way you can do if you get laid off. You get a
Yeah,
new
that's
job.
it's kind
okay.
of is it not the same concept? Like
I don't know. Back in 2020, when everybody was getting furloughed, everybody was like, "Oh, let me go to social media." That's kind of an easy alternative. So that seems kind of easy.
I know,
And then-
but if you lose a job, you can't.
just get another
No,
one?
you can search for. You have an opportunity to search for another one. No?
Okay, I've been searching for another one for 10 months. I interview every day, give the same spiel, have to give that smile of walking through my resume.
I uploaded videos for 7 years and barely got any views.
And did you you uploaded 7 videos and didn't get any views?
Went to school, and still.
And paid rent?
Yes, I still worked. I worked.
Oh, so that you had another job?
As a parking attendant, yes.
Okay, and was that harder
Then what?
than streaming?
No, I was on my phone all the time.
Oh, as a parking attendant, that doesn't sound like you were doing a very good job.
I was chilling.
You were chilling. You weren't good at
Wait,
your
he's
job.
waiting for.
When cars park, they're done. Like it doesn't.
Okay.
I don't have to.
Well, that's
I'm not security.
That's
I just
a
go.
one
I go like this. I
9 to
go like this. Yo, right there. I bet. Do you think an aspect of a video game, playing video games, is a talent?
I would say it's a skill. I wouldn't call it a talent. You can master it with,
Ooh,
sorry.
But people
my
play.
next,
Millions play video games, but there are very few people who are genuinely gifted.
10 months is crazy.
Gifted? What are they, Mozart?
Yeah, I'm not lie. I feel like the average job hunt's like 3 months. 10 is fucking crazy.
You know,
Her resume
I'm
must be
open to it
shit.
being
I
talent.
can't
I think
lie.
it's a skill. I think it's something you can master. I don't think.
Or her interviews are
you're
probably
a
ass as
Mozart,
hell
that you have
too.
this gift of like, whoa, when I put my thumb here and this thumb
Or
there
she's
and do this combo,
underqualified.
I do this
You'd be
flip.
surprised. I mean, there's people out there who are genuinely
That they have their opposable
the
thumbs
most
like
gifted-
so good.
That's like saying, here's a paintbrush, go paint me Picasso.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I'm saying.
what?
I'm saying this is so hard. If there's certain games that have $1 million prize pools, if there's a skill you could just learn and you're
If you got an easy
looking for
job,
a job
it's
for 10
easy.
months, go pick up a controller.
I mean,
go
bro, there's some
properly.
jobs where you can
$1
just be
million
on your phone the whole time.
You couldn't win it. You couldn't. You couldn't.
Perhaps.
You wouldn't even. You couldn't. You couldn't.
You
You
couldn't
couldn't.
qualify.
You couldn't.
What do you mean I wouldn't
You can't even
qualify?
find your OBS stream key. Stop playing.
I need to work for it.
I know.
But
So like, but you're dismissing what he does. You're just dismissing.
I'm
Like,
not
oh, it's
dismissing. I'm saying
it's
that's
not a
easy.
skill. It's not a talent.
I
Like,
said it's a skill.
it's
I didn't
easy.
say it's a talent. I said it's a skill. It's a skill that
But
you
how
can
do you
own and
how do you
can
know
master.
how do you know if it's easy if you haven't done it? Like if you
I
don't.
played Mario Kart. I've played other games.
Not a professional level though.
No, not a professional level because that's not what I'm trying to pursue.
I know, so but you
Mario
don't
Kart
understand
is
what it
crazy.
takes to be on that sort of level. So how can you try to dismiss it and say it's yours is harder?
What
How
is-
do you know?
what
how
does
do
it
you
take
know?
to be on that
Because
level?
I've worked at 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So
What does it take to be on that level?
Just gift, and you got to play all
Just
the time.
gift?
Tens of thousands of hours of work
Uh-huh.
and editing and filming and constantly
I'm just
having
talking
to
about pure
innovate and
skill. As far as like the
reinvent
videos
yourself.
and stuff like that, just off pure skill.
I
You-
had
you
to
that-
put tens of thousands of hours
Could you get a
into my
refresh second
studies.
zone tarping? Could you?
I have no idea what you said.
Could you get a refresh going into second zone with no mats? Can you get a refresh on the best players? You
I
couldn't.
can also put. I can circle back and give
Do
you
you know how to
different
short
terms
launch pad?
from
When
my
you're trying to get to third
industries.
zone, third moving. Do you know
I
how to
don't know
short?
what- No,
launch
I
pad?
don't. But if I
Exactly,
want,
you couldn't, but Excel sheet, you can do Excel sheet.
no, but exactly. I
They're
can
just
go-
talking. They're just talking game.
These
and
refreshes
As a
don't come to
babysitter,
you.
I can talk to you about the different things I do and ask you, could you do that? No, but if you wanted to, you would.
If us four
Put on race.
took 3 days, you don't think we can master an Excel sheet?
Oh,
But let me give you. If I give you 3 days about a video game, do you think you could be that talented as me?
if I wanted to, I would.
This is throwing me
So let's
falling
let's
to the
so
ring.
let's pray for her, whatever it is.
Okay.
Give me 3 days, but if you lose, you got to give us it back in double.
No, that's not how
what
the job works.
happened?
You pay me, I'll get the job done.
Been a while. I got
would
rated, bro. I got
say,
rated.
In a sense, yes, because you have to put in the work, and you got to be on 24/7.
It's difficult to answer that question for us, I think, because we didn't come up in this time frame, in this era. So, and technology is totally different now, because we were just talking about playing tic-tac-toe on the sidewalk with chalk. I appreciate and respect what they do, and I think that's the consensus for most of us, that we appreciate and respect where they are. But it's not, what we did was, we just felt like what we did was harder. And that's what I think.
So
My mind was changed in the sense that now I'm even more convinced that normal jobs are harder.
Shit. Hey, I can't lie. That was oh shit. That was a good ass video though. I can't lie.
Yo, Azfura. Scream if that was a W video.
Hey. Yeah. Let's see how you do under pressure. Oh. Yeah. I've been wanting this shit forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better. Okay. Hey. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra, extra. Fuck with me, you know that I got it. Come with me, let's take a trip to the islands. We up on the jet, we'll do more.